SHEEEIT Radio.
Great, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SHEEEIT Radio. I'm your host, Bill Brasky, joined as always by Liars.
Hello.
Wasted.
Hello. Hello.
And you, our audience. We're going to speculate a little bit here. We're going to talk a little bit about Mr. Slash and Guns N' Roses and their upcoming fall tour of Latin America, where Team Brazil is from. And what we're going to do is give you a little news first. So, Liars, you were reading the old social media accounts of Slash, and he just posted something on his old Instagram, right?
He sure did. He posted a picture of him in the middle of Brent Fitz and Todd Kern's sandwich. It's a pretty funny picture because I never realized Slash is so small, or either these guys are giants and Slash is very small. So it's kind of a funny picture to look at. But anyway, the caption went on to say, I'll read it. This is straight from Slash's Instagram. It says, Slash, recording for the SMKC record number 5 is done today. Album titled TBC. This has been a super cool session all around, and we all agree it's one of, if not the best one yet. Unfortunately, you'll have to wait till 2027 to weigh in. Too much going on next year to put it out, but it'll be worth the wait. Full-blown world tour to follow. So, Slash and Myles and the Conspirators have a new album coming out in 2027. It's completed. World tour to follow, so that's pretty cool. I will go see him. I've seen Slash every time he comes here. But the question remains, what's happening in 2026 to make him put off that album until then? That's a year and a few months away. So what's happening in 2026, boys?
Hey, Liars, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What show back in June told everyone, well before any news outlets or any sources, I still don't think it's been reported anywhere, that Guns N' Roses are confirmed for a 2026 North American tour? What show was that?
I believe it was ours.
Yeah. I believe that was me telling the audience that, hey, folks, you're getting your Latin American tour this fall, and there's going to be more dates, which that was spreading all over the interweb and on social media. And I know I'm not the first on that, but we confirmed that. And then I said, hey, you're also getting North American tour in 2026. And Mitch Laughlin later on, kind of posted the same thing a couple days after our show came out. So, once again, the SHEEEIT Radio is first on the ball. We might not get them all right like Atlas, but we do have a pretty good batting average. So that would kind of say, hey, the North American tour's happening. Are we going to get a EP, I would imagine, of Atlas and Nothing and maybe Monsters? Are we getting an album? I don't know. That's kind of more out there, but North American tour is definitely now confirmed just by Slash's Instagram. Would you guys agree with that?
Well, it's got to be something big, right? Because it's got to be something of that ilk. Because why else would he put off putting his album out until 2027, right? So I figured it was something to do with Guns. Well, it had to be something to do with GNR. But yeah, it's pretty exciting news. I don't know how you guys feel about the Slash solo records with Myles Kennedy. But
I think they suck. I think that's either here nor there. I think the main thing now is the fact that Guns N' Roses, instead of waiting to waiting until 2027 to do a 40th anniversary of Appetite for Destruction, is now going to be doing a tour in 2026. Because Slash just said that his Slash and Myles Kennedy and the Conspirators are going to be touring in the beginning part or the mid part, some part of 2027, correct?
That's what it said, a full world tour to follow, which if it's a world tour, it's yeah, that's going to take a lot of time. Yeah. So maybe
So
again, this is all speculation, conjecture, but is Guns N' Roses going on hiatus in 2027?
you'd have to think they are. I mean, no Slash. There's no Guns N' Roses right now with no Slash because people aren't going to buy tickets to see the Axl and Buckethead and Bumblefoot. I mean, your new GNR, my GNR fans will. Some of the psychos on Twitter will be like, "God, this is the greatest thing ever. Look, DJ Ashba's back." But the majority public will be like, "Fuck that."
Imagine
So
somebody
obviously,
getting excited for the return of Ashba. Anyway,
oh, what are you talking about? Appetite for Distortion would do a whole fucking podcast. It'd be like the greatest moment in Guns N' Roses history. But
no Izzy.
oh yeah, fuck. Who wants Izzy? When you got Richard, you don't need Izzy. I mean, bring back Gilby. Fuck. I.
But the
It's
only other
odd.
thing is, could it be an album? Like, has Slash ever been on tour with Guns N' Roses and also done, released an album with Myles Kennedy?
No.
Like, has he ever done that before? So
No.
Are you sure?
I'm almost positive that he doesn't mix the two together. Like, it's either Guns or it's either the Conspirators. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not.
Because there's always a pattern with Guns N' Roses where you get this idea that something's coming out and then it comes out the next year. It's
Right.
always like late by a year. Everything's always delayed. It's almost like they test the waters by saying something's coming. I don't know. But yeah, it does sound more like it's just a tour. You can't, you can't be on a tour and release the Slash album at the same time. Touring with Guns N' Roses and releasing your solo record in the same year doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, I mean, guys, are we even sure right now? Hold on, follow the logic right now. Are we sure that we're not going to get an EP this year? I mean, right now it's end of August. We could still get an EP in November.
Yeah, that's a.
I'm not talking like a fucking 4 to 6 songs. I'm talking like the EP of them doing their 2 songs like they've done in the past. Of here's Hard School and Absurd. Here's The General and Perhaps. Are we possibly getting Atlas and Nothing? Sometime this fall. Now, I haven't heard a damn thing, so this is me speculating, but is it possible? Sure. Here, when they're doing the World Tour in North America, do we get another 2 songs of Monsters and like Oh My God or Monsters and something else?
They release The General almost like the last show of one of the legs of the tour or the end of the tour last time?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense, but they release it. It's like they think about trying to release something at the beginning of the tour, and it takes them the whole tour to actually get it out, and it comes out at the end of the tour instead of the beginning. I don't know what they do.
Am I right to say this? Now, you guys can tell us below in the comments, but I think last time in 2023 they did a European tour, and then they did a Latin American tour or North American tour, one of the two in the fall, and they released The General and Perhaps. They released Perhaps in this late summer, but The General and Perhaps came out on their little record or album thing, however they released it. That didn't come out until November, December, and it leaked out in the end of October.
Yep.
I can definitely see your thought process, and logically it makes sense. So
it's spitballing, dude. There's no fact or logic behind this. I haven't been told anything by anyone I talk to. I'm trying to piece together the mind of a crazy person and their housekeeper manager and Fernando, who somehow you never hear anything about the Cat Benzova thing anymore, which is weird.
Yep.
The whole Zach Starkey thing still blowing up with Axl not releasing the masters back to Zach Starkey for the Children with Cancer benefit. That was going to be an album just for all these kids to get money so they could, get better and be all donated to them. We're not getting that released by Axl and Zach Starkey for whatever reason. I don't know. There hasn't been a public comment made. So usually when the PR stuff starts happening, Guns N' Roses usually releases something. Because that's the whole Cat thing.
Yeah, but there's nothing happening right now, though.
No, I mean, there's nothing. There's been really nothing except Duff McKagan, I guess, went on, was it Instagram? And he's like, hey, man, back, in the studio or back in the rehearsal stage getting ready for the world tour. It's like, it's not a world tour, dude. You're going to Latin America for like 12 shows.
Huh. I know Duff was actually pretty active on social media throughout the tour they just wrapped up there. I guess it was Europe, right? I guess you can call it. Well, they went all over the place. They went in the Middle East, Europe, wherever. He was pretty active on his social media, giving updates on what was going on and stuff. It was actually pretty cool because nobody else. What's that?
You enjoyed that. The Duff sit down on YouTube and like, hey guys, I'm going to answer some of your questions.
Sure, man. It's not necessarily that I like it. It's just it's interaction with the fans. It's something that this band gravely misses or lacks because there is absolutely zero interaction with the fans from this band, from Axl and even Slash. So it's kind of cool to see Duff do something where, a lot of the times on his Instagram posts, he would be backstage and he would show shit backstage. And one time he went through his rider, it's kind of dumb shit, whatever, but it's stuff that some fans want, right? And it's stuff that most bands do. So it was kind of cool to see Duff actually partake in something that involves the fans in some way, shape, or form. Because
And it seems like it's for social media. Like it turns up in the shorts and stuff. It's like he's doing it for social media. But also, I've noticed that Axl is doing these kind of like the summary histories of some of the songs that that they're playing. Like It's So Easy, Pretty Tied Up. He's kind of explaining again to the fans what the song's about and how it came about on stage live, and then it turns up as a short clip.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he was doing that at the shows.
Yeah, because he stopped talking, didn't he, for a while? He wasn't really saying much. But he never used to. I mean, he's kind of rehashing old stuff, like talking about Izzy, how Izzy really wrote Out to Get Me, and how It's So Easy happened, and how Pretty Tied Up, it was about Izzy finding $1 million. Maybe he was just really high or something. He said he's sort of making these quips before the songs. I thought that, and then those were getting clipped because I didn't see it because I didn't watch the live shows on YouTube or anything. But those are getting clipped and put on YouTube Shorts. So maybe they've told them to do some sort of social media stuff because other people are doing social media stuff about them, and they're probably like, we should do our own.
Makes sense. I mean, it's we say this all the time on this show about this band. It's 2025. It's not 1987 anymore. And it's about time they caught up with the time that it is, because
in the age of communication,
absolutely,
they're still acting like they're like a Bigfoot or some CIA agents.
Sure,
but everybody can see what they're doing 24/7 online.
I like that they're doing this. I like that Axl's like now speaking more. It'd be funny if he'd actually go into some more songs like, oh, so I was talking about This I Love. I really want to know what his explanation is for This I Love. Like, I want him to justify that and be like, let me tell you what I'm thinking. I'm sure the Nut Swingers would be like, oh my God, it's so beautiful how he explained it. But I want to know the explanation.
I'm pretty sure the explanation involves watching the Phantom of the Opera. Anyway,
I remember and Axl DC when he did "You Shook Me All Night Long" with AC/DC. I'm sure he said this is about one of my ex-wives before the song.
Well, he only has one.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think it was wife. Yeah, I think he did say specifically wife.
That's what Hard School's about. I think it's about Izzy. I always have. That'd be something I'd like him to break out. There's some interesting things he could talk about. The 1 in a million thing obviously would be the funniest one to talk about, but he won't do that.
No.
I'm okay with them, wanting to talk more. The more they talk, the better. Because basically, since the reunion, we've had one real Axl Rose interview with the China Club, which was just a bunch of, snooty aristocrats jerking themselves off, praising Axl Rose, looking like Philip Seymour Hoffman, sitting behind a table of some old English guy, which was horrifically bad. I mean, it'd be cool, but I don't know if we're going to get that. The more Axl talks, the better. Slash doesn't really say anything. It'd be nice if Axl, Slash, and Duff sat down and actually had a conversation, with the fans.
Imagine that.
Answer some questions, going like the hot ones. Come on, Axl, eat buffalo wings with Slash and Duff. I mean, it's going to be great.
Yeah, why not?
Could you imagine that?
It'd be great, man.
Hot ones, though. I mean, I'm talking like Axl eating hot wings with Slash and Duff. That's
what's that podcast? What's the podcast called where they do that?
I just told you the name of it.
It is okay. It is called that. Okay, no. Sorry, I figured as much. Yeah.
Listen, I apologize for my co-host, folks. I'm a millennial. They're Generation Xers. They're getting up there in age, folks. They got maybe 20, 25, 30 years left on this planet. It's okay, folks. We're gonna start getting sponsors by Ginkgo biloba.
Get some Blue Chew.
Yeah, that's the last we need is wasted with Blue Chew. We got the South American shows coming up here about 6 weeks. So 6 weeks, what do we expect, boys?
So around, I'm going to say Thanksgiving, but I'm in Canada, so we have Thanksgiving different. So middle of October, that's when it starts up?
First, second week of October? I mean, it's something we can look up. I mean, you can tell how much effort we put into the show sometimes, kids.
Oh, the effort's there. The effort's there.
Oh, yeah, big time. This is
I'm
fucking serious
around the
business
clock.
we're doing. So let's just say October for shits and gigs. What are we expecting? I expect more of the same, maybe adding on a few more songs that they haven't performed yet. I expect Atlas to finally be performed. Expecting nothing to be performed. I'm still curious as fuck what nothing could possibly be, but I'm not expecting anything earth-shattering.
I wanted
Maybe
to... I actually
debut
just
a
wanted to
song.
give a shout out to just one sec, wasted. Sorry, that just reminded me there. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the girl that left us a comment about our episode on Nothing that we did, and she absolutely loves the song Nothing and thinks it's going to be a hit. It was you were our first comment on Spotify, which was really cool. So keep the comments coming in. We are filtering through all of them, and we will get to all of them, but. I did respond to, if you're listening, I did respond to you on Spotify. So thank you for that. That was really cool to see somebody comment on Spotify. Sorry, Wasted. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I'm going to jump on Wasted stuff too, because he can wait a second. I want to talk to our listeners here just for a second. Folks, we appreciate you. Be it your male, female, whatever the hell you are, we appreciate you. You can agree with us, you can disagree, it's fine. We're all entitled to our opinions, but we really do appreciate you. There's a lot of people on podcasts and the Guns N' Roses social media world posting online that don't agree with us. There's some that do, but we really appreciate all of you. I mean, there's people like the GNR girl who is a giant Guns N' Roses fan and thinks Axl can't do any wrong, but I remember I interacted with her years ago back on the old War Room Discord when that was a popular thing back in the day, and she was nothing but a polite person and fan. Wish her nothing but the best, and she does great tweets on the old Twitter machine, and so does another Twitter account called All Cautions Made. They really they help upload the videos for us to watch because we're not going through the effort to do that. So they upload the videos, we watch it, they report the latest Guns N' Roses news. We appreciate it. Even Brando, who we give a lot of shit to, I mean, he does a valuable service of just updating you on whatever the latest scuttlebutt is and Rose's news is, no matter how dumb or stupid we think it is. He still does that service, which not a lot of people are doing. So I just wanted to say thank you to that. And Wasted, I totally stopped you in the tracks of your thought process. Let's see if your alcoholic mind can bring it back to what you were thinking.
I think what you said was that the GNR touring South America in October, or anyway, the South American tour. I think the audiences there are so enthusiastic. That's where you might get them playing like a new song, like debuting a new song. If there's going to be a November release of anything, because the crowds are so enthusiastic. You can play kind of random songs, and then they go crazy for a new song. So it's not as much pressure as doing it like somewhere else, I think.
I can agree with that. I mean,
Let me actually look
think
up what the 2023 tour was where they started playing the General. I think it was in North America, but I want to be sure.
Didn't they like debut it as something crazy like LA Coliseum at the end, the last shows of the tour?
it was on the last show. I'm almost positive of that. Yeah.
Oh, it was at Madison Square Garden. It was somewhere crazy, like a big, really famous venue.
But getting back to your point there, Wasted, I think it makes sense. I mean, they're going to cheer for a new song maybe more than somebody in other countries would, because they're very passionate for Guns N' Roses down there, and they always have been, right? Ever since going way back to, you know, the Illusions era. So it makes sense that they would maybe debut something new in South America. Now the question is, where is Argentina, Brazil, wherever, right? But I don't know. Seems like a good idea. And
Gentlemen, so I looked it up right now. The last two shows of the 2023 tour were Los Angeles and Toluca, Mexico. So if the General was performed on the last show, it was in Toluca, Mexico.
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 Mexican buffet. Straight into the Mexican buffet after the show.
Hold on. The General, later released on B-side, blah, 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 was first time at Hollywood Bowl on November 2nd, 2023. So it was first time performed
Hollywood
in
Bowl.
LA at the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah, that's a big venue. That's a serious show. That's a crazy thing to do.
Yeah.
The General as well. But I remember watching clips of it, and people were going, "Yes, the General! They're playing the General!" At the show. Like celebrating in the crowd.
I still want to know who's cranking that driving down the road. You know what I mean? Like, you got your windows down, you got the volume all the way cranked. Daddy, don't.
Pull up
The
outside
hell I won't.
Pull up
I'll be
outside
good.
the elementary school.
Why is a man driving a van with no windows?
Free candy. Not on the van.
Daddy, don't. Just the line, "The hell I won't." Like, come on.
It looks like the fucking van from Old School.
Exactly.
No, I gotta see that clip from Old School where they're fucking kidnapping all the pledges, but it's the General.
All right.
On that note, liars, take us out.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. Look for us on YouTube. That's our main channel. If you don't find us on YouTube, look for us on Rumble. We're also there, and on Spotify, and from Spotify, wherever else you get your podcasts. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, leave a comment, and we will get back to you. I promise you. And on that note.
Stars on